Chapter 5: A Hole in the World. The silver graph plate you recovered from the Royal Conservatory points to a secret location far away in the mountains near Shindaery Peak. Shindaery Peak. One or the other. Once you're there, find an entrance to the void and eliminate the outsider. So last time, as it suggested, we found a silver graph that pointed us to this location, and we traveled all the way out here. It seemed to be a sort of quarry, and it's the location where the eyeless have been in contact with the void somehow. So we made our way here, and we are about to make our final move on our last target, which is the outsider himself. And the outsider appeared here last time and gave us, didn't give us, but said that we have an option. You know, there's always another way. So it's either kill the outsider or find another way. So let's see. I don't think they're going to give it. We haven't had the travel log since we lost the boat, so it's not looking like a very cozy place. Hey there, Beth. I waited up a little bit, so you haven't missed anything. Shindaery Peak, okay?
I died because the man did, but soon there won't be any more deaths.
Alright. So, since we are dealing with the eyeless, again, I have really no qualms here about killing people. We will destroy all of them. We literally killed everybody last time, except for the one or two civilians.
Where is everyone? I hate this place already.
Hey, Corey. Hey, Caitlin. Come on, doggos. Give up already. Destroy them all peacefully. I will peaceably inflict harm upon them. I'm gonna miss talking to my little ratty friends. Alright. I guess there's really no reason to look for bone charms either, because this is it. I'll look for them if I find them, but I don't know if there's even like a black market shop. I mean, we're literally in the middle of nowhere here. So, ooh, is that a newspaper? Difficulties continue at Shindaery North Quarry. Okay, so what is a quarry? Okay. Concerning reports have disrupted mining activity at the Shindaery North Quarry yet again, with so many working on-site complaining of unsettling visual and auditory hallucinations. These have ranged from seemingly innocuous instances of misplaced equipment to large sections of the mine disappearing and reappearing within hours. The widespread nature of these collective hallucinations have made them difficult for the Shindaery Mining Company to dismiss. Furthermore, rumors of black damp, miners slang for a lack of breathable air caused by underground gases, have spread, leading to several threats of a general strike across the company's workforce, as well as a growing labor shortage as many miners continue to leave the troubled site. Accusations of poor working conditions, particularly lack of adequate ventilation, are entirely unfounded and ultimately harmful to our operations, said Berenice Castiglia, a representative of the Shindaery Mining Company, when reached for comment. We are committed to the health and safety of our workers, and have taken steps to ensure those reporting headaches, memory loss, and hallucinations have access to proper counseling and treatment. I don't think they're hallucinating. I think this place is literally, like, connected to the void. That's why we're here, so... reality is probably breaking apart here.
The ones who made me have watched the way for centuries to be dead on, rotting from the inside. But they won't be my days. For some, a catastrophe. For others, a revelation. And for some, my death being a promise.
I was just feeding the rats and talking to them. Like the lonely rat boy from the stories.
We're not in a story.
What are you people?
I don't want to go to the void anymore. I've seen what happens. The stone grips more than your body. It takes over your mind and heart.
This is our purpose, Antero. This is why we're here. Don't fight the influence of the endless and empty.
I don't want to. I'm scared. I don't want to become like them.
Don't worry. You
Jeez. What's wrong with you people? I'm gonna assume you're not civilians.
I'll kill you for that!
Why do they look like that? What goes on here?
There's no use running! Oh, you're hurt. Let me wipe the blood from your eye.
It's a better fight than I thought she would. Oh, wait. Great. Locked door. The last message was from you catching the laptop when it fell. You know, these people are much better fighters than you'd think for where they're coming from. Why are you giving me electrical bursts? Like, I suppose I could just try the stairs. I mean, yeah, crazy thought, right? Okay, no, never mind. That's why. Oh, no, never mind. We got stairs. It's like, have you tried the front door? It might open. Ah, I just ate a rotten egg. Or fig. Or both. Alright, okay. Alright. Difficulty continues. Yeah, we got that one. Look, if you just give me a way out of here, I'll leave the thing. The thingy thing. So you stop taunting me with this sound. I don't think I'm gonna get up there fast enough to do anything. Oh, got it. There's gotta be an easier way to do that, right? I'm doing something really stupid, I hope. I still want to know the gate code.
I saw you hasten from the library yesterday. You communed with the eye. Tell me how you feel. For my studies.
Yes. I stared into its core and recognized myself.
Maybe, Chief.
It yearns as I yearn. Under its gaze, I sank beneath the surface of the earth. I walked the path of the envisioned and witnessed the churning of the void in the flesh. Oh, I still feel the eye's presence in my mind.
Yes. The Dead Sea with such depth. The eye of the dead god sees all our desires.
One day we too shall see the truth. I know it.
So we're looking for the eye. Something tells me this is an elevator. Is there anything else I can use here? Teach me once, I guess I learned. Maybe that was the easy way of doing things, or the only way of doing things. Hag Pearl, I think I got that already. Ooh. What have we got in here? See, doorway, must go inside. Wait, am I just bypassing the elevator? Something tells me it wasn't running. If that's the case. Ooh.
Part of our old life may follow us to this place. The void will not allow it.
Some aren't ready to shed their attachments. I remember one man, some aristocrat from Dunwall, was granted permission to join us here. The fool brought his prize hound, as if he could keep it in the mine, as if we don't have enough vermin.
What happened to it?
We had him kill it. Drove a knife through its eye. Then we killed him.
Why?
Because he wept. I should soak my bone talisman in whale oil for a few hours. It has seen better days.
Hear that?
Crap.
The void hisses your name. There's no use running!
Face your death! Blood, piss!
Is that you again? Stop hiding.
What in the void?
So you're back for your lesson. Come on, don't be shy.
Bone charm on you? Huh. Man, these people, they really are like me. In some ways. I don't like that comparison. I need to be more careful with my health. The things the rats were talking about are not friendly. So I literally just took the long way up. This is like the Final Fantasy VII stairs situation. I always take the stairs, by the way, in that game. Always go stairs.
What will it be like to finally experience anything? I see forever, and even I can't see the future.
There's the elevator. Raw whalebone. Why would I? There it is.
Indeed, we are truly fortunate to experience the passage of Envision twice in one day.
I read that Envisioned can't communicate with us anymore. Can they see us? Or can they only see what's in the void?
In Witnessed by Stone, Nozaku posits that
The envisioned.
but choose not to speak. They have loftier matters to ponder when they walk the void.
One day, if I'm lucky enough to hear the call and become envisioned, I'll still acknowledge
Those things are not friendly. So let's be careful about this. Oh no, we are in the place I thought we would be. This is not good. I do believe we're at the eyeless hideout base, whatever they call this.
Run and hide, find small places, still the huge ice seas. The huge ice seas drags us to the dark places, drags us to the cold. Everything's stone. Everything's old.
If they want to try messing with me, let's make sure I have somewhere to fall back. There's a lot of people to deal with. This way, if I see a body, at least I'll know where they've been. Hopefully. Can I pick this back up? Can I use it to track my path? There we go. Maybe the high ground was the way to go. Obi-Wan taught me well.
Speaking to select few, over which Malchiodi and I used to have long discussions on ancient translation and linguistics. And now he sleeps in the ritual held in the crushing grip of void. He will sleep forever, for that is our charge. For without the outside, the void would hunger.
Outsiders fall.
Hey, who are you?
No luck. Let's search over there.
Face your death!
You don't deserve the touch of the outsider, you piece of filth!
Oh, that didn't go well, did it?
Indeed, we are truly fortunate to experience the passage of Envision twice in one day.
I read that Envision can't communicate with us anymore. Can they see us? Or can they only see what's in the void?
In Witnessed by Stone, Nozaku posits that Huh?
Okay, so it's a lot of people in that room. There are about 4 of them out there after I killed, let's say, oh, I don't know, 3 of them maybe? 2, 3? I'll just come back for these. A little stealth might be in order here.
Of the ritual. All of you have appointed yourselves to a better existence, lifting up the muck and the dank warrens of the ignorant, of society. You see the world for what it is, discontent with illusions. Only you see the truth. Let us remember why we are here, and the importance of our work. Thousands of years ago, we took a wretch from the streets, beaten and discarded, and blowing upon the embers we found there, we set alight the fires of divinity at the very heart of the void. We created the Outsider himself, fellow seekers. A face instead of the endless dark. Black eyes rather than that malevolent emptiness it came before. A voice speaking to select few, over which otherwise would be the howling of forever. Of nothing without hell. And now he sleeps in the ritual hold, held in the crushing grip of the void itself. And he will sleep forever, fellow seekers, for that is our charge. For without the Outsider, the void would hunger and roil, and the world itself would shudder.
We see what's real. We see what's beyond.
What's going on? What? No! Someone's shooting at us!
Outsider, are you alright? Huh, no luck. Let's search over there, then. What's all this racket? Come out and fight, you rat!
No, empty. A little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. Okay. Just because I'm not trying to kill him doesn't mean I can't. Or because I'm not worrying about killing doesn't mean I can't use the stun effect.
Outsider's dead!
Get rid of every last one of them if we can. Yeah, I think they're dead. I think they may be dead. Just maybe. Great, how many of you freaking people are there?
No!
Nothing. I'll take a look around.
I'll kill you for that!
Let's see.
What? No! No!
Quite a few of them.
Accept accept your fate. Welcome your
Don't you
death.
know who you're dealing with? You're dead.
Let's see. I don't got much, but
You don't deserve the eye.
I'll end your miserable life.
You fear death so much? Coward!
crap.
I lost her. I can't let that happen again. Show yourself!
Ooh, it's a lot of voices. Oh, that's not good.
Your blood must be delicious.
Stay
A powerful
vigilant.
poison.
She has to
What
be
did you
somewhere
expect?
close.
You're not one of
Come
us.
on! We need to find her. Look, everywhere.
We're always watching.
I don't like the sound of that.
Why are you here?
What is that thing? Ah, it makes my eye burn.
Something tells me it's our target. I see two people, though.
Where are you hiding? The eye will guide me right to you.
Wait, what the heck was that? Huh. Did I knock the person off?
No. Have you read the third book of Rastinar's seminars? Surely you must. It's essential. The Envision broke apart the gate to the ritual hold to maintain the order.
Someone's shooting at us!
You'll have to be much
Great.
more specific than that.
Inside the ritual hold. Edie, is
I
someone
didn't
there?
like that. I'm going to have a look around.
Fellow Seekers! The enemy is
You've
upon
seen
us!
too much.
That's not right.
There's no use running.
Here! She's back!
Gotcha. Let's see. There it is.
That's it. The eye of the dead god. It's been a part of me since this all started. It's cold. Dead. But it still sees.
Oh.
I can see everything. The void. Like looking under the waves and into the sea.
Okay. Am I stuck here? Wasn't gonna go through right away. Am I in the same area? Huh. Oh, bad. Oh, bad. No. Oh, jeez.
How
don't like
long
that.
has the Outsider been drowning at the heart of the void?
Okay. Malchiodi's last notes. 25th month of rain. What I do for the sake of my studies. The risks are great, but it was never my nature to leave questions unanswered. Everything must be revealed in time. The others may judge me, but that same desire exists in their own hearts. They are simply too cowardly to pursue it. The only means to the ritual hold lies in pieces, suspended at the moment in time in which that ancient gate was shattered. I will break the oldest and most sacred dictates of our order by simply approaching it, and to attempt to trespass. I do not know if I will succeed, but I must try. Whatever happens to my body, I know that my research is hidden in a safe place in my cell. My life has led to this moment, my wasted youth in the Academy of Natural Philosophy, my time with the eyeless, my years in the sanctum, and now I may finally uncover the secrets of the ancient language. That's what I needed. I gotta avoid that thing. Inspect. Okay, good. So it's giving me directionality here. Oh, this is bad. Look. I didn't want to be here, okay? It's too early for this. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh man, I do not like this. I can handle people, I can't handle that. What am I supposed to do with that? That thing's gonna... Oh. Oh, no. Okay, can I jump somewhere to safety? He seems confused. Oh shit, another one. Uh-oh. Oh! I'm still alive. Whoa! No. Can't find me easily. Oh, this is bad. They're everywhere. It's not just people, it's those things. Okay, his research is down here.
Malchiodi and I used
I've never seen so many of the Envision gathered together.
I have nothing. This is just wonderful.
What did you disappear to? What?
Oh, this is bad.
Take this!
With me! No mercy!
Do they actually know how to find me? Doesn't sound like they know where to look.
You haven't run off.
You again.
You
Stop
have some
hiding,
nerve.
cockchafer.
Excuse me?
Do you fear death so much? Coward!
I don't know. I mean, look where I am. Oh, there's people. There's a lot of people.
Start running!
Oh, crap. Okay, come on. You see nothing. Wall gets in my way.
Hear that? The void hisses your name. Show yourself. I'm not... Drunk with you. I lost her. I can't let that happen again. We're always watching. Always.
Alright, I can do this.
Come on, we need to find her. Look everywhere. Where are you hiding? The eye will guide me right to you.
The research is so close.
Stay vigilant. She has to be somewhere close. I'll find her. I need that eyepiece. Strong magic. I can feel it.
Okay.
By the eye. It's probably too late now.
So this research is around here somewhere underneath this particular area. Gotcha.
The combination to his safe might have something to do with those strange symbols.
For it to mirror. However, there is one place that has no referent in our world. Though I know the void sees into our hearts, my fellows call it the ritual hold. Some say it is a cradle, others say a tomb. The outsider himself resides there. To even approach the gate to that place is sacrilege. And even then, the void itself keeps it shut to living eyes. Truly, the ritual hold exists outside of time itself. It would be as futile as it is forbidden to enter. These are thoughts for another time. My research into this ancient alphabet continues. Some remnants of their phonemic qualities are preserved in our oldest writings. The language possesses an unusual amount of diphthongs, reliant on distinction in tone and pitch to convey meaning. These symbols, I know the very nature of the void runs through them, but is it a dead language, or the language of the dead? Perhaps that could be the title of my next monograph.
Is that the mark of the outsider?
Yeah.
This one was obsessed like all the rest. What did he find out?
That's the tattoo I want to get. Alright, so we're looking at combination of 2, 6, and 9, it looks like. Two, 6, and 9. That might be in the opposite direction here. Yeah. Malchiodi's diary. Second month of darkness. I am now certain of the meaning of that script, adorning the flesh of those who encounter the outsider. It is his name, the name he lost when he merged with the void. And if this name is returned to him, the old ritual performed by the envisioned years ago would be undone. The revelation sends shivers down my spine. What I hold is the catalyst that could undo everything our collegiate has accomplished. The 11th month of high cold. The ancient language tantalizes me still. The pronunciation was never formed for any earthly tongue. Perhaps these people, long ago, spoke with the spirits. But the speculation is one of many pitfalls which threatens the errant philologist. That's a weird way to put that. To pursue this further would necessitate transgressing the deepest commandment of our order. No one has entered the ritual hold since the outsider merged with the void, but to find one of those cursed spirits to read this language, it intrigues and frightens me in equal measure. 27th month of high cold. Against all caution, all prudence, all sense of loyalty, I persist. I cannot abandon my research. This place, this reliquary that holds the outsider's true form, calls to me. If my plan to enter the ritual hold is found out, all is lost.
What? The mark is the outsider's name. And this says only spirits in the void can read it.
Interesting. Okay. I think that's all we need. Alright, so what I want to do here is let's read the travel log, just because we didn't read it at the beginning, and see if there's anything to get from that. And the other thing is I'm going to take a quick break after that, before we move towards our mark. Kind of clear these off too. Because I figured the travel log might be worth reading. So this is from last time. Let's see, the stolen archive, the twin-bladed knife. Dowd is dead. I'm all that's left of him. Me and this knife I can't let go. Dolores Michael's bank was a puzzle box of miserable secrets, and right at the center was the reason for it all. A woman touched to breaking, and the knife she'd tried to hide. The outsider handed the knife to me himself. He wants to know what I'm going to do with it. He'll find out soon enough. Why does this thing have two blades? Nothing ever gets stuck between them. None of this void shit ever makes any sense. Pardon my French. Alone again. I burned Dowd's body today. When I left the whalers, the rat plague was still piling corpses in the streets. There wasn't anyone alive in those months who didn't learn grief. Even Dowd nearly lost himself to it then. But I can't lose myself. Not now. Not again. When Deirdre died, I was, or what I'd done, died too. No one else saw me like she did. No one until I met Dowd. And he gave me purpose again. When I left Dunwall, I let it heal over with lies. But my time back with Dowd reopened that wound. All I can hope now is that I helped him in his final days, just like he helped me. Stolen secrets. At the bank, I learned more about the pharmacist Cienfuegos. He was an eyeless and an artist too. He painted the void and was close to finding out how the cult leaders reached that place, which we just figured out. He stole documents from Dolores Michaels and sent them to the Royal Conservatory. I need to find them so I can see what he saw. His paintings are quiet, if a painting can be quiet. Quiet but unsettled. He wanted to know everything, uncover every secret. He was searching, just like me, and he was killed for it. Apparently, too, so was this new guy. A broken coven. The last time I was in Syria Gardens, the Royal Conservatory had become a nest for the same coven of witches I'd worked with in Dunwall years ago. The curator, Brianna Ashworth, and a group of women were living there, performing odd rituals with bones and glass. Now the Abbey of the Everyman, their witch hunters have taken it over and are gutting the place of all traces of black magic. If I'm lucky, the documents I need haven't been burned yet. When the outsider is gone and the overseers can't use him to prey on people's fears, I'll be there, laughing, as the abbey falls to pieces. Okay, so that's what we did last time. The way to Shindaery North Quarry, and this is where we picked up today. I'll never know exactly what Sister Roswin saw in her visions. That's the person we accidentally killed last time. Well, no, that wasn't an accident. I did literally throw a grenade in there, didn't I? Yeah, never mind. But something made her hesitate. Something made her hold on to that silver graph long enough for me to save it from the fire. The archive that Cienfuego stole shows me exactly where the void touches our world, where I can reach the outsider, which we just did. I don't know what else I'll find there. All the whispers and legends say something terrible, something you can't forget. I won't know what's true until I reach it. What do you pack for a journey to the void? I just left everything behind. So, leaving Karnaca. Every day Karnaca gets smaller. That swarming, stinking city was nothing but a few lights in the distance. But I can't look back anymore. The void is closer with every step. It's quiet out here. Sometimes all I can hear is my own breathing, my own heartbeat. It reminds me of being in the open ocean, feeling like you're the only one left alive. Feeling like the world won't care if you don't come back. Nothing but me and my thoughts. Okay, my choice. And I do believe this is what we left off with last time. Everything I've done led me to this place, to this moment. Killing the Duke's brother when I was a kid, betraying Dowd, helping Emily retake the throne. But even then, I never felt important. I was always just another desperate person trying to make sense of her life. I watched my whole world being taken from me over and over. This time, I gave it all up on my own. I'm climbing the mountain. I don't know what waits for me there, but the outsider is watching, and he knows it was my choice to go. To the summit. The outsider hasn't known anything but hatred for thousands of years. He was killed to fulfill a purpose. No one asked him what he wanted. The lights went out in his world, and his eyes adjusted to the dark. I know what real loneliness is like. If it hadn't been for Dowd, I would have died from it. Now I'm walking into the void to face the loneliest creature in the world. Maybe the outsider knows I'm just chasing down someone who can give me a bit of purpose. I have nothing left except promises to the dead. When I reach him, I'll see more clearly than ever. Okay, so I didn't realize I had the travel log as we went, so I thought it'd be worth checking that out. Okay, so we have the knife, we're in the void, and we have an alternative path here, because our goal is to kill the outsider, but we know that the mark of the outsider we now know is his name, and spirits of the void should be able to speak it, because we can't. We don't know the language. And that is somehow going to give us an alternative path here to just outright killing him. So let's make our way to the heart of the void.
It's not wise to quarrel with us. Did you sacrifice your hand to perform those tricks?
Oh, she's literally right there. Oh, I'm stuck on myself. Okay, I gotta be careful. Those envisioned running around. Crap, there's one. Okay, is there any way I can go over the edge? That does not look like a safe bet.
You should have stayed away.
What? That did not work the way I thought it would. I was gonna see if I could get over that ledge. I don't think there's any worth in stealthing at this point other than keeping away from the envisioned. We need to get going.
I knew you hadn't gone far. His bones.
Think she's dead? She ain't moving. Okay. So how do we get past the envisioned here? Crap. They're everywhere. Am I literally just going in reverse to where I started? Let's try it, I guess. No. Uh-oh. It's locked. Uh-oh. Okay, well, so much for that. So we are literally in the same place. It just looks like the void now.
Does the void?
Ooh. Crash. Oh! Oh, bad, 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 bad. Oh, no! Oh, that was bad.
He's here. I can feel it.
Try to avoid being there. I see what you did there, Sacred. I appreciate that one. Something tells me I don't want to touch the water. Well, not dead yet. Huh. This is cool.
is stripping it away.
Dowd? Why are you here? What are you?
Look at us. Trapped here. An eternity on a butcher's block. Waiting for the knife to fall. There's nothing left of me but this.
Dowd. I'm here. Look at me.
I know that name. I know you. There was blood. And masks and blades raised. Billy Lurk. I even remember when you hated me. And now you followed me into the void itself. You brought the knife. I can't hurt him. There's nothing I can do. Only you can kill him. How long have I waited here?
Too long, old man.
There he is. The outsider. All this time dreaming in the void. I wonder if he dreamed about this moment. Go finish it. End his miserable life.
He almost looks like he's in pain. Is this really what you want? Is this really what he deserves?
You know how this ends, Billy.
Look at you. This is what the Abbey tried to hide. This is what the eyeless want to know about. I'm at the center of the void itself. And you're not even some kind of horror I need to face down and fight. You're at my mercy. But you've always been at the mercy of bad people, haven't you? You said I had a choice. Well, I'm here to make it. You don't deserve this. No one deserves this. I won't let the world turn on someone suffering. I found another way. The outsider lived and breathed once. He spent his days on the streets of some forgotten city. These cultists took everything away from him. Even his name. But I know what it is. His name is the Mark. Only the dead can read it. If we give that back to him, he'll be free. He'll live out the rest of his days as a man like any other.
The Mark? No. You're here to kill him. You can't ask me to do this, Billy. Not after everyone he's hurt. Not after everything we've done.
Why is he to blame for what we did? He gave us a way to fight back. He never lied to us about what we might become.
You know what I became. We looked down on Dunwall as if we owned it. As if we could drown it in blood. Wow. He knew we'd turn into monsters like him. He always knew. And this Billy, he can't do anything but harm.
I saw the cult who hurt him. He died once at their hands. Look at him. This wasn't his choice. He never asked for this power.
Let him end it. Put him out of his misery if you pity him. It's a better future than anything that might wait for him out there.
But does he have to die? Years ago, I did something terrible to you. I didn't deserve to live. But you let me walk away. You gave me a chance. Let him live, Dowd. Let him have the life he lost. Like you did for me.
When you left Dunwall, I hoped you could live a better life without me. That your future wouldn't be killing for coin. until someone came to betray you. Forgiveness is a rare thing in this world, Billy. You're better than I was.
Dowd.
Farewell, Billy. For the last time.
I can taste blood in my mouth. I can hear Dowd's voice in my ear. You have done something impossible.
We let you live. I can take you out of here.
These eyes were closed for centuries, and I saw everything. Down here, I walked through the minds of generations. And now,
you're free. I can't take back what was done to you all those years ago. No more than I can take back what was done to me. But now you have a chance to be something new. To be something better. It must be strange knowing what you know. Seeing with old eyes all the secrets of the world. We've both seen the worst in people's hearts. But in the end, I gave Dowd peace. And maybe you can find some too. There's so much doubt. But there are some things I know are true. The Outsider is no more. And with that, the world will change in ways none of us can know. But the void is still there, echoing just beyond what you can see. And there's no one left to say who will and won't be touched by its magic.
Yeah, 27 hostiles. Good, no civilians. I didn't think there were going to be. Let's see. 27 bone charms? What? Why? Why would they even put that in there? Why?
the month of darkness, seasons destroyed, a ritual killing bound his spirit to the void. Eyes drained of color, the beggar no more, to become what the believers waited for. They set him outside, beyond the spheres, quiet as the night, long like the years. He opened his eyes, as black as a dream, trying to speak his only words, a scream. Release thy golden locks, Gloriana. Let the warm summer breeze throw sway. Lie with me in bright sun, silken tresses undone. Reap laurels of youth while ye may. The meadow grass bent low and sweet beneath the marching soldiers' feet. Bugles called in the glen strong and brave. When he came back, she made no sound. but lies a night of broken ground, where Oxrush blooms upon his grave.
All right. I would have talked over the credits, but the last time they just kept interrupting me. So that is the end of Death of the Outsider and the conclusion to our Dishonored series. So we made our way to Shindaery, North Quarry area, found the eye that let us peer into the void, and entered the void and essentially made our way to the Outsider. Using what's-his-name's research, we discovered that the mark of the Outsider was actually his name, and they've been making allusions to this throughout the playthrough that his name was cut away. So they've been kind of alluding to this. It was cut away and forgotten, and so knowing that the mark is his name and that only the dead in the void could speak it, we basically convinced doubt, because we found doubt in the spiritual, or what's it called, the I can't remember what they call it now, basically at the heart of the void where the Outsider was. We kind of convinced doubt to speak the name to him, which brought him out of the void and released him from what he was. Essentially he was trapped as what he was. So Billy kind of commented that he looks like he's in pain, or something to that effect. He doesn't look like this is what he wanted, and of course we know that he was killed for this. So by having his name spoken to him, we released him from this and gave him a chance at living a normal life. I also like to point out the fact that we did not lose our cool arm and eye out of this, so which means that I'm assuming anybody that has his mark is still marked by him. I just assume it means no more people will get the mark at this point. I always kind of wondered in the end, so Emily gets her mark. Did Corvo ever get his back? I kind of wonder. Or was he left that way? Because he gets his mark back if you play as Corvo, but, you know, Emily's a new mark, and Corvo had his taken by Delilah. So I kind of wonder if he ever got it back, or if he just lived out his life without the mark. I always I thought this was a really cool idea for, like, an extension to Dishonored 2. That they kind of built up this story. Yeah, me too, Beth. I like to think Corvo got his mark back too. It's just not the same having Corvo without the mark, right? I love that they focused this last story on the Outsider himself, because, you know, from the first time you meet him, you don't really know what the Outsider is. He's got this very... I think, Beth, you described him as kind of being like Loki. He's just this, you know, kind of mischievous, God-type spirit, whatchamacall, for lack of a better word. They refer to him as a god, and it's like, I kind of like that idea, and it makes you wonder what else is out there. Because he was a human that was turned into this. And so it makes you wonder what's out in the void, and is there anything else out there in this world? Yeah, a chaos god. Because he never really intervenes with anything. He just gives people the tools to, you know, gives them these tools to do things that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. And I thought one of the interesting things about this particular story is that he doesn't give us his mark. He shatters our arm into this void arm that you can see on Megan. I'm still calling her Megan, on Billy's right arm. And the eye converts into this, you know, void eye type thing. And before when Billy started the story, she made the comment in her journal and kind of kept commenting on how she felt like her arm had been cut off and like her eye had been gouged out, and that's the way she was before Emily changed time. And so I thought that was a really interesting play on that story, because, you know, Emily changing time fixed all that, so to speak, let Megan live who she was at that time, and then when you become Billy, you end up being reverted back into that. but with void powers, essentially. And so I thought that was really cool. I love the fact that like the second and third chapters were basically planning a bank heist and executing the bank heist, and then and that's where you find the knife that we need to make this mission. And the main two things we've been trying to do here. So our initial goal was to find Dowd, and that was it really. That's all we were trying to do. And Dowd gives us our final target, which is to kill the Outsider himself. And he said he has heard of this knife that was used to make the Outsider, and he said that's what we need to use to unmake him. And then that was our first target, was to get the knife out of the bank, because we found out it was in this bank. And then, we needed 2 keys to do that, so we found 2 members of the Eyeless, Jacoby, who was killing people by bleeding them out and using them to essentially let people, take their blood, steal their blood, and then Shan Yun, the guy who was actually singing the songs in the end sequence there, he was the one who had the other key. And so we used that to get into the bank, get the knife, the twin-bladed knife that was basically like a part of our armor at that point, because it just kind of appears into existence when we need it and dissipates when we don't need it. And you can see it's got like the kind of void etchings on it, because parts of it are kind of hovering and shifting, which I think is really cool. And then after that, it was a matter of finding a way to the void. And, we had the way all along, so to speak. We had the Eyeless, who are the ones that had this Shindaery area marked on a silver graph left in the Royal Conservatory. And so we made our way there, and, things played out as they did here today, which was us finding the Outsider, giving him a chance at life again. So overall, I just thought it was a really beautiful story. I thought it was a good closing out to Dishonored 2. Dishonored 1 has its stories that led into the second game, and now this one kind of concludes it with the Outsider here at the end, which I thought was just a really good way of telling the story. And so I think that's pretty much it. A pretty short stream, I guess, hey? I didn't think I was going to get through it that quick, but I guess when you're not caring about stealth, it doesn't matter that much. So I've been wanting to replay this for a long time, so this was a lot of fun for me. This has been one of my favorite series for years now, and since I platinumed both games, I haven't had much reason to come back to them other than just playing for fun. And this is a good opportunity to do that and to let other people see it. And of course, Beth and I both really like these. So, Beth, you said you never played this one, right? Did you know the whole story? I wasn't sure about that. I mean, honestly, I always liked Dishonored 2 better than Dishonored, but this one I think was definitely a good competing one for Dishonored 2. They made a lot of really good changes to in-game mechanics, like the void powers regenerating on their own, not having to drink solutions. I really like that. I thought the talking to the rats thing was really cool. You could hear the rats speak. It gives you very limited void powers, but I think that was kind of by design, because it's trying to limit you in some regard. There's a lot of really cool things they did out in the world, like giving you contracts. They took away the chaos system, and I don't really know why they did that. If it didn't feel like it mattered in the end, or why they chose to do that, really. But it is what it is. I didn't mind not having it there, but I think that's kind of a critical part of Dishonored in a way. So I'm kind of just curious as to what made them choose to do that. I don't know, maybe there's a general dislike for the chaos system that I'm not aware of, but I would assume that's a fan, fans probably like that. So anyways, it's really early for us to be finishing. If anybody's interested, I've been meaning, I was going to watch The Last of Us tonight. If anybody's interested, I could try streaming it. If anybody wants to see it. I gotta remember how to play the volume stuff on there. If anybody's interested in watching that and doesn't have the access to it, I can see about playing that. If there's interest in it, just do Discord or something. kind of moving on from today, just kind of get a little discussion going on this. I'm going to cut this out later. There's really no reason to have this on here. As far as what we're going to do next, I don't know if Caitlin, Quarry, Firebird, Sacred, if you're all still here. I know Beth is here. Oh, Sacred should be here. Sacred just commented there. So I had originally talked about doing The Last of Us Part 1 as a stream, followed by The Last of Us 2 again, and kind of doing them on normal difficulty, and then basically just kind of a trophy cleanup on both. And well, for Last of Us Part 1, I have not played it yet, so I was going to do a completion run on that straight from the get-go, if you guys are interested in that. I have not seen it yet, so I'm assuming it's pretty much the same game, just remade in the appearance of the second, because there's some remastering done there for sure. I don't think they did any new voice acting for it. I think it was part remake, part remaster, and I thought maybe doing a 100% completion run on that might be kind of fun. So, because I thought, or if people don't want to see the completion part of it, I can always just do it separately afterwards. But I thought right now might be an opportune time to play it because people are interested in the series. And I was like, well, if I'm going to play Last of Us Part 1, I got to play Last of Us Part 2, and I have one trophy I'm missing on there, so I thought that might be worth doing, which is the, if you die, you restart the chapter trophy. There's a permadeath setting. Well, not chapter, I can actually do it by within chapters, I think. Because I'm definitely not doing a whole chapter one if I don't have to. But I'm missing a trophy for that. So I don't know if there's a general interest in that, or if that, if you guys are not interested in that, I won't do it. But I thought that might be kind of a fun thing to do next. The other thing I was kind of looking at doing, I talked to Caitlin about possibly doing a kind of a completionist run of White Day, kind of setting it up more like a endings guide and ghost stories completionist type thing. I thought that might be kind of fun. That's kind of going to be pushed off a little bit if we do The Last of Us. And then, who doesn't like White Day, I mean, right? And then there's a third game that I have on my radar that I want to play because I've been wanting to play Bloodborne again, but I might save that one for a bit. I was actually originally planning to do a New Game 2 Plus playthrough of it, so I didn't have to worry about, like, I don't know, just like exploring and stuff as much. And I'm like, well, that kind of takes the fun out of the game, I guess, because I still just do it anyway whenever I do New Game Plus. And I was like, maybe I should just do a start from the beginning Bloodborne playthrough if I do that. But I thought there's a lot of other games we have on the list that were voted for that I might work on some of those too. There's some that I'm going to avoid for now just because I'm kind of working on cleanup runs in those, and I'd like to save them. But there's some games on the list that definitely had a lot of votes, like Heavy Rain and Prey, that I thought we could play down the road as well. But I have a feeling The Last of Us is going to take a while if we do that. So, Sacred, if that's the way you want to do it, should I wait until you play the game first and then do a Bloodborne playthrough? Because I'm fine with that. Because I would love to have you along for that. Because you may be the only person interested in that, as far as I know, and I have other stuff we can play in the meantime. So, I mean, if I seriously do The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 and White Day, I'm like, we're possibly running into summer there, so depending on how long that takes. But if I'm doing a 100% completion run, I'm like, it's not going to be running from point A to point B in Last of Us Part 1, it's going to be exploring, so. You should totally play it, like, right now, because it's amazing. What I'd love to do with Bloodborne is to get, I'm going to definitely do a playthrough of the game, but it'd be cool to do like a multiplayer stream and do like the Chalice Dungeons or something, or even play the entire game in multiplayer and the Chalice Dungeons. I think that'd be kind of fun. But I don't know if I could find anybody that would actually want to play with me. But yeah, so those are kind of the things I was looking at for what we'll do next. There's a lot of fun stuff I think is on the playlist. I mean, I figure we just work our way from top to bottom otherwise, and if we just really want to jump into something particular, or if I feel like I'm in the mood for something, and I might pitch it out there and see how you guys feel. And I know Corey's made comments before that just play, if you play something you're like, what are you really interested in playing right now, and just run with that kind of thing. Which is why we got into doing this. And I know Beth and I were talking about doing a Thief summer stream, so that's definitely, I'm saving that. That's going to be like a May thing, hopefully. We'll see where we are with playthroughs, but I'll have much more free time this summer than I did last summer, and, look what we did last summer. I did Subnautica like every day for quite a while, and I did other games, and now I'm going to have more free time. I don't plan on streaming that every day necessarily, unless Beth and I are just like, let's do this and let's push through it. Because I could totally do that back to back if we really wanted to. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts. There's other games that are on the list too, like newer games, if anybody's interested in some newer games. Yes, Thief! Definitely, Thief and Dishonored to me go hand in hand. I think they're both so amazing in their own way. It's like, they have so much in common, I think, that I love that about them. But at the same time, they're very much their own thing. There are some games, too, down the list that I think might be a lot of fun. So just looking at the list that we had, like I said, the Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and Detroit would all be good, like, kind of shorter games. So I'll probably get through most of those in a few streams. I know we got quite a few horror fans in the group, so Prey might be a good one. Prey's actually another Bethesda game. In fact, there was a Easter egg for Prey in the bank chapter. Days Gone might be a good open world, longer playthrough. BJ might be interested in that one. A Plague Tale would be a great one too. That's 2 games. That's going to take a while to get through, but A Plague Tale is a great story-driven one. Fallout, I've actually been wanting to get back into Fallout 4. That might be a fun one. I was actually debating about doing trying the survival mode on that. I don't know if that would be too frustrating or not. With how glitchy those games could be, I'm a little bit leery about doing a survival playthrough with the way they set the survival mode on it. That might be kind of a cool one. Made of Scare would be a good one for another horror game. Oh, I completely missed it. Remothered would be an amazing horror series to do. Because you guys wouldn't have to deal with the janky controls. You just get to look, watch me deal with it and laugh at me. Because wow, those games. Remothered gets a lot of bad talk in reviews, but I think it's quite an amazing story overall. But holy crap, the gameplay in those is so choppy, especially the second one. Yeah, so Prey, Remothered, Made of Scare, those are all good horror ones. I think I added some new horror ones I added were The Medium and The Quarry, which those are actually relatively newer games. Quarry just came out last year, 2022, and The Medium's only been out, I think, for a short while, maybe a year or two. And The Medium is really good. So those might be some fun ones to do. And I thought there's a couple Firebird might be interested in. I'm sure Firebird's probably interested in a few of those I mentioned, but I thought Firebird might have a particular interest in The Last Guardian and Abzu for the fun animal side of it. Yes, Firebird, I'm talking about you. yes, you heard your name. I was just saying, I said there's quite a few games I was just talking about there that I thought you might like, and I was like, on top of those, I think The Last Guardian would be good, because you're basically, you basically partner up with a giant, like, ferret with wings. Is kind of the best way I can describe it. And Abzu is another good one because it's got tons of underwater animals in it, because it's an underwater game, basically. I was like, those might be fun ones for, like, quick playthroughs, because those are pretty short games. So, things to keep in mind for down the road. If we want to break between games and stuff, those are good ones for that. The Last Guardian was really frustrating to do, like, trophies on, but it's an amazing, just, like, playthrough game. It's very chill in a lot of ways. So yeah, I think if you're all okay with it, I think The Last of Us Part 1 completionist playthrough would be a lot of fun. And that's what I was kind of thinking about doing next. Like I said, the main thing that I'm like, if it's a completionist playthrough, I'm going to be like, have a guide pulled up. I'm going to be looking for things, just to make sure I don't miss stuff. So just be aware that I might be doing a little bit more exploration than I normally do. Not that I don't do that in The Last of Us already, but even when I know what's there. And Firebird, while I have you there, I'm checking out your bugs. Yeah, that one is really orange, hey? Ooh, one of your plants is getting pretty big. Your mouse is still looking really green, too. Okay, anyways. So if would anybody be interested in watching The Last of Us? I was just throwing that out there because of how short we cut things. Like I said, I'm probably going to watch it tonight, so if anybody's interested in joining in on that, I can try streaming it if you want. Accidental plants. Yeah, that happens with me a lot too. Originally one time I found out you can really grow tomatoes easily. I threw in some tomato slices for my roaches, and not thinking about the acidity, the roaches just completely ignored it, and then the tomatoes started growing, and I was like, whoa, like tomatoes just grow that easy, and then I ended up turning them into a kind of a side project. So fun times. Yeah, The Last of Us. I was thinking it's on HBO, and I have HBO Max, so I was thinking I could try streaming it. If you want to, I'll start the first episode again. I was just watching it last night, and I kind of fell asleep. But I can try to see if I can stream it, and just if you're interested, I'll throw it up in like the MT time or something. So, alright, so let's close it off here. Thank you all for joining. That is the end of our Death of the Outsider and our Dishonored series. Thank you, Sacred, Beth, Firebird, and Corey and Caitlin for joining, and I will see you all later.